I am owner of the condo for 7 years, and for the 7 years, nothing has been done to the building where my condo is. We have never been told about this detrimental situation that we are now in.
We could have had a 400 assessment every month last year,
Yes.
and we could have handled
That
it.
is true.
But now you're asking for $850 a month.
Yeah.
You're making it unreasonable, and it's going to create more bad debt and more defaults. We could have handled it if you just asked for $400 a month last year. Now we would have given you $4,800, and you would have got the money earlier, be able to pay the debts. Now you're asking for $850 and making it very unreasonable for us. We didn't move into this community because we're wealthy people.
No,
Right.
so let me give some background.
And a lot of us are on fixed incomes.
And everybody might not have had a different way of approaching it, but you asked a direct question, now you have a direct answer. Doesn't mean you have to like the outcome.
$850 a month for most of us in here is going to be very difficult and put a very big strain. Some of us want fresh vegetables and meat on our plate, not just bowls of rice.
Read the back of your jacket.
Talking, I don't know you, bro.
Wait, hold on, everybody wait. Alright, hold up. Is there a reason why I'm doing my own maintenance outside?
I want to offer this up as a general philosophy because this is what I do. I represent many even homeowners associations. I see this story play out time and time again. It's not all the same, but there's certain themes. And I just want to say something because my belief from what I'm observing right now, this is the first time I'm seeing any of you folks in person, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, your name is Rachel, right? It means well for the community, as do all the people up here, and everybody in this room is rightfully concerned because this is your home and this is your money, and this is important stuff, right? So I want to just plant this seed in y'all's head. Maybe it'll mean something, maybe it won't, but I'm going to try. Boards of directors are people, as you know, that are elected to handle the administration of the association. They work with management, the only people up here besides me that I'm aware of that gets paid to help you out. Everybody on this side of the table, they're volunteers, as you know. And this is the struggle that I see time and time again with associations. And I'm not saying that this is precisely what happened here, but maybe I'll be close. You have big stuff going on right now. Multi-million-dollar construction projects, special assessments. You might need to have personal loans. You might end up needing to have association loans. And all of this on the day-to-day basis is being handled by management and then the board of directors when they come together for meetings, and then some stuff happens between meetings. They're volunteers with day jobs just like all of you. And so sometimes, and the frustration that I see on both sides is a result of this. They're putting in the work every single day. They're getting emails while they're doing their day job, and they're doing their best to pedal as fast as they can. You guys, in the meanwhile, are also doing the best you can. You're going to work, you're trying to scrape together your money to pay your monthly bills. That's all you can do. And then every once in a while, you get a scary notice in the mail, like the one that we have here, they brought you here tonight, that says we're about to levy a special assessment for millions of dollars. And what happens? You guys all say, holy moly, what am I going to do? And you come in here and you rightfully ask a lot of questions. Let me say again, rightfully ask a lot of questions. Sometimes there's frustration, I think, on the board side, and I'm not speaking to anybody individually here. This is my big picture themes being a condo guy. They're trying to do their best to keep things moving, and all of a sudden, after their volunteer work, where they're getting emails while they're trying to do their job so they get paid so they can pay their assessments, they feel like they get attacked and questioned. But here's where it all comes back to, and Rachel said it. We're all on the same team. And so what I implore you to do is, on all sides, take a step back, recognize that reality. There's probably been a ton of stuff that's been happening on the day-to-day that has occurred at meetings, but nobody was paying that much attention yet because that big ugly word special assessment wasn't coming down the pipe just yet. And now you're seeing the numbers, and now you're paying attention as you should. So I'm not here to say that the board has spoken to everybody perfectly. I'm not here to say that everything that you are saying, the attacks from you guys maybe with merit or without merit, but here's what I'm encouraging you to do. Everyone take a step back. This is not work that you have a choice for the most part about doing. You need to do concrete restoration. You need to replace roofs. You're going to need to deal with the city's fines. And here's the rub. I'll tell you who's going to pay for it. It's going to end up being the owners that have to pay for it. And who's not going to get paid for it? These people right here. And so that's what, So Brendan,
She lives here too.
I'm sorry, I'm so
She
I
lives
don't
here
talk
too.
too
She
much,
lives here.
but this is who pay you?
who pays me? The association.
We pay.
I'm the only lawyer that I'm aware of that about a year ago. But see, that's an example of what I mean. And look,
How many times are you gonna let us pay for the roofs? We paid for them already.
I don't know that you have, but here's, at the end of the day, if you're gonna fight over whether or not I'm the lawyer, then we're not gonna get anywhere, and I'm not gonna get to answer her question.
Every year increase and nothing.
So we pay her salary too. We didn't know where her money was.
Okay. I don't know who you're paying double for, I don't know who. Okay,
The association, somebody else, and the accountant.
okay. Would everybody like to hear me talk about the fines, or do you want to hear about how I got hired? All right. So the question about the fines is a really, really good one, not just because it's a lot of money, but because it's something that I think I might be able to give you hope so you feel a little bit better. And well, two different things. So everybody needs to, let's all get on the same page. The special assessment is the thing that the meeting is set for tonight, which is about asking you guys to pay more than your regular maintenance. Her question is about fines that are being imposed by the government in connection with the 40-year certification, because you guys haven't gotten your work done in accordance with law and ordinance.
Why
And
not?
here's what I'll say about that.
Why not?
That's a separate question. I want to first talk about the dollar amount, if it's okay. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, ma'am, I swear. So when it comes to these fines, the reality is the reason that they were imposed is because the work wasn't done in a timely manner in the city's eyes. We may have defenses to that, but here's what I'll say to you, even if you don't have defenses to it. I have done many code violation, they call them lien reduction hearings in my career. And here's what often happens with the city. I can't make any promises to you about this, but here's what often happens. Once you show good faith, once you bring the property into compliance, you then apply for a lien reduction hearing. And in most of those instances, there is a very significant reduction in the lien. And when I say very significant, again, I'm not here to make promises on this. I have had liens stripped down to as low as costs. What I mean by that is like there's usually like hard costs to the city of like serving people or paying the magistrate to run the hearing. And then there's the fines that are accruing at daily rate. I've had times where I get all of the fines wiped out because it's not supposed to be a profit center for the city. It's supposed to be a way for them to drive you into compliance. So they apply the pressure. They're not going to lift the lien typically until you do the work and bring the property into compliance. But then when you go back and you say, we are a not-for-profit condominium association, we were in a bad shape financially, we had all these issues, but we did it. We got our act together, we got the property fixed. Magistrate, we are your taxpayers. Will you please give us a reduction in our liens? Usually it works out very well. Meaning, when I say very well,
want to shut you down. Yes.
right, there's reason to be hopeful. We're not going to know the answer until probably the end, meaning that when the work is done, that's when you can put your best forward typically with the city. So that's that. As for why the work has not been done yet, I have limited knowledge of this. What I will say though, these are the things that I do know. Anybody, please jump in on me here. These are big jobs. You'll get it, I promise, sir. These are big jobs. You have issues with your accountant that were brought up, so your books were not necessarily in the best situation, unfortunately, for financials. That hurt you maybe for a lot of different reasons when it comes to funding this project. Maybe your eligibility for loans, things like that. These are significant issues, and then at the same time, I think your board is trying to find a way to navigate this financially so it doesn't hurt you any more than it has to. And so, unnecessary delays, I think. There's probably also been, as is typical, we're talking about the change orders, sometimes you gotta look under the hood, and you find out there's more work than you thought. So, what's that?
That's all we ask, just let us know.
And my guess is that they piece by piece shared some information, but this stuff I will. Okay, hold on.
And if you don't happen to come to the clubhouse, you won't know that there's a meeting. We used to have it at the front of the entrance, on a placard, all of a sudden that disappeared. I happened to walk in one day and ask, when would be another meeting? Because at that time, it might have been in October that I asked. We hadn't had a meeting until since February. And I said, do you know when there's going to be another meeting? And I was told, we're not required to have by law except 2 meetings a year. And one of them is the budget meeting and one is, I couldn't remember what other.
I got you.
unless there has to be a change in the bylaws or da-da-da-da-da. In other words, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, you have, because at the time I already knew, you have violations with the city. You don't think it's important to discuss that? That's what came into my head,
I get it.
that you would have a meeting. And then apparently there was a meeting on November 17th. Again, if you didn't come up here and see that sign, by law, you were supposed to let us know about a meeting in a conspicuous location. And if you were concerned, then I heard, oh, the placard was vandalized. Okay, single one of us has an email. You emailed us about paint colors, but you won't email us about a special meeting about money you want from us? That's making no sense. This is why you're hearing the angst on this side about it. It's not, as she was saying, it's the non-transparency. It's not informing us adequately what's going on. You're saying some people, not everybody. And if you put it out there, everybody comes in and out that one direction. They can't say they didn't see it.
Number one, everything was, it sounds like, done in a legally compliant manner, but that doesn't mean that it can't be done better. Because you're saying you want to have notice and you want to participate. Or meetings someplace at the front of the clubhouse that might make her feel a little bit better. Is that something?
It's not just me, it's everybody.
It's everybody, bro. Everybody.
Man, I'm trying to help you. Everybody. I'm trying to deliver on what she's asking for.
What she's saying is that not everybody comes here. So it needs to be somewhere that makes
I understand, but you guys have to, you have to think about it this way. I heard your opening comment that there's a place up here that would be more conspicuous.
There's my issue is they hang up a piece of paper on this bulletin board that's in front of the clubhouse. But again, if you don't stop here and come up, I have stopped between February and October, and there's been nothing there about a new meeting. When I first moved in here in 2021, they used to put a placard out by near the entrance. So there was no way that you would not see it coming into the building and leaving. So if I didn't go to a meeting then, it's not because I didn't know about it.
That's just something so small, something that's like so petty. Like if you can't do that, imagine if they can actually do something that's actually useful.
They're talking about that. I don't want to hear that. I want to talk about the assets.
No, they will. They will.
The money that I don't have.
No, they will.
It's petty, like you said. This can be fixed.
I just want to say that if we talk a lot about notice and things like this, I'm fearful that not everyone's going to get their questions answered about the special assessment. So I'll let the gentleman speak or whatever he'd like, but I want to be respectful to everyone in the room.
I'm here as concerned, and we all have questions. But this gentleman is here to talk about permits and fee violations. Is that correct?
Right now.
Is that correct?
The special assessment, yes.
What is the status? I didn't work myself. He also gave me an email. You're telling us that sometimes what you see on the sheet, there's a good chance that can be transferred to the county.
I said at the very outset, I cannot guarantee it, but this is my experience.
So there's a very good chance that we're going to have to pay a good chunk of that money.
Why do you say that?
Because it's there as a bid for it.
So you're saying that with, and I have your thing, you're during the day just like I do, you're saying that without experience with lien reduction hearings, I guess, and maybe I'm wrong. Okay, but I'm gonna try to explain the situation.
How is that this? I don't know. You don't have to.
Well, but you're trying to make these people think that I'm trying to.
I'm not trying to make them think anything. I'm just stating the facts. When I went to the city of Margate to find out,
Sir, I'm responding.
why your president told me one thing, and I verified that it wasn't that. That's all I'm saying.
I was responding to your comment that you made that there's a very good chance that we're gonna have to pay a substantial portion of this fine. Did you not say something that was basically to that effect? I'm not trying to debate you personally, sir. Yes.
As somebody with lien reduction experience, the city often reduces fines as long as we get the stuff done. I have experience with it, we have experience with it.
Now you want to tell us that?
We cannot guarantee anything. I've gone through it multiple times, I cannot.
Thank you. Those over there, they hire these people to come here and work. They have no papers, they have no license. The electricity on the air conditioners are illegally installed. The inspector called in later asking him, hey, do you do this connection here on the AC? No, I didn't. I just connected to the box over there. Then all that is illegal installed. So my point being is, you're gonna reduce $500,000. all this money is accrued every day. Those are the fines. You can work the fines, but to the city take all those fees out, it's not gonna happen.
Your crystal ball may work better than mine. And this gentleman works, apparently does things with code violations, as do I. And here's what I'll say, you listen a lot.
The fees, but no, the money that is owed.
I'm begging the people, I'm not here to fight with anybody, I just want to share, no, you've had plenty of time, sir. We're gonna come back to you at the end. All right, so here, no, please, I can't educate people or offer any advice unless you let me talk. Yes, I come from a different perspective. Somebody maybe can arrest me next. No, please, so here's what I have to say about this. I do not know how much or what reductions you will get. You just listed 17 different issues with the work that's been performed here, and maybe all of your concerns are valid about licensure. I do not know. But what I will tell you is that you have liens for a specific purpose. You have fines accruing for a specific purpose. Once you ameliorate that specific reason, cities reduce liens all of the time. Will you get off 5%, 15%, 50%, or 98%? I do not know. I don't want to give you false hope. But here's the reason. Hang on. Here's the reasoning from the budgeting perspective. I'm not fighting with you. Your concerns are fair, sir. Please don't take it personally. If you were to what do you need money for right now as an association? You need to do restoration work. You need to do roofs. You need to hire engineers to help you with all this. You got a lot of stuff to do, right? Millions of dollars before we even touch those files. You're about to get hit with a special assessment that's about $10,000 a unit or something is what we're going to do tonight. Sounds like the board's going to give a little reprieve for now on that. But here's the reality. Do you want to at the same time get hit with assessments for the engineers, for the concrete, for the roofs, for all of this stuff, and the $500,000 in code violation liens that you may or may not ever have to pay? Do you want to get assessed for it all right now? Or do you want to triage? Anybody in here a nurse or anything like that by any chance? When you're coming into the ER, they're trying to figure out what do we deal with first. That's why if you go and you always say that I feel like I'm having a heart attack to get to the front of the line, right? But no, in all seriousness, you have to triage. You don't need to pay that $500,000 right now, and candidly, I don't think it's the best use of your funds because there's a chance you're not going to have to pay all of it. So what do you do to triage? Do you collect the money to pay for the roofs and the concrete, or do you make everybody pay for all of it right now? Even the harshest, some of the harshest critics, I'm sorry, I'm saying, even you're saying no to it because it would be too much to do right now, and it's premature in a decision-making process. So before we go further, you're raising your hand again, and you asked the question. Help me answer it better for you.
No, my only question is why do we have to pay for it if that's a mistake for hiring people without a work permit?
Well, I don't know that, I don't think the fine, I haven't looked at every single fine, but my understanding is they're about the 40-year certification. It's not about the idea that people were not licensed. It's about the idea,
We have the information about how they happen. And I want all of us, I think, maybe trying to say, but I think our concern is to give the money and maybe be in the same situation a year later or two. I'm here for only a year, so I wasn't in the meeting, so I never found out really what was going on. And some of us are new, and we're shocked to see what is going on. We're after $5 million when the money
as much as possible, so that we make it so we're never giving them money for work that they haven't performed yet. Now, you can never get exactly what you want, but we always try to make it so that they're performing work and then we're paying them for the work, not the other way around. So there are things that we do, I'm giving you like a taste, to try to protect you so that you don't get taken advantage of by contractors. That's where I think the board came to us this time around and said, you know what, Michael, FW does construction work, right? Yeah, we think it's worth the extra protection to have our professionals in line this time around to make sure that we have the best possible contract, to make sure we have an engineer doing an RFP, request for proposal, with a scope of work. You didn't have the attorney that doesn't like us, I'll say. So what I will tell, and I'm not here to speak ill of others, but we will do everything we can to protect you to the best of our ability. And if you're worried about thievery, it sounds like you're not, that sort of thing, like criminal actions can always happen. But if you're talking about making sure that you do things in a business-like way so that you're not taken advantage of unreasonably, that's my job as a law firm to have your back. I do not work for the manager. You do not, in my experience, especially when you're dealing with a big project like you guys have coming down the pipe, you do not want, no offense, Robert, you don't want this guy running the thing. I'm not pointing the Robert out. No. This is not Dash Robert. This is me saying that you do not want your on-site overseeing a multi-million-dollar construction project. You want a professional engineer or a professional project manager doing that. let me be involved from the ground floor on this one.
For real.
Yes.
We could have had a 400 assessment every month last year, and then we could have handled it. But now you're asking for $850 a month. You're making it unreasonable, and it's going to create more bad debt and more defaults. We could have handled it if you just asked for $400 a month last year. Now we would have given you $4,800, and you would have got the money earlier to be able to pay the debts. Now you're asking for $850 and making it very unreasonable for us. We didn't move into this community because we're wealthy people.
No, I'm with you. So let me give some background.
A lot of us are on fixed incomes.
I get it. So for those who couldn't hear the gentleman, he's saying, why didn't we start the assessment a year ago when it could have been this?
Yes.
I'm just going to answer the question if you let me talk, I promise. Why didn't we start levying the assessment longer ago for a lower monthly dollar amount? And here's what I'll say. One thing that I know the board was trying to look into actively was the association qualifying for a loan so that you could pay even less than, to use your number, 400
Loans only have interest. It's not going to help us, right?
Well, it depends on
Nobody loans you money for nothing.
No, of course.
So it'd been better if we would have just all given $400 a month last year,
That's your
and then
opinion.
another $400 a month this coming year.
My guess is there's probably someone in this room, though, who would have liked the loan option.
No, I don't think anybody
No.
wants to. How to get rid of loans.
Let me just finish this story. The question is, look, you may be right policy level. Maybe your idea is the good one. But they're the ones who set policy, and they thought looking into the loan was a good option. Unfortunately, your books were not in a position to allow you to qualify for a loan. So that's how we got here. Doesn't mean that Monday morning quarterbacking the thing, that everybody might not have had a different way of approaching it. But you asked a direct question, now you have a direct answer. Doesn't mean you have to like the outcome.
$850 a month for most of us in here is going to be very difficult and put a very big strain. Some of us want fresh vegetables and meat on our plate, not just bowls of rice.
Get it, but we also had somebody up here saying, why are we even going to specially assess for phase 2 and 3 of the restoration project? And the answer to that question is exactly to your point. We want to start doing that now because when the city comes to us around June, if that's how it plays out, we want to have some money in the bank. Otherwise, we're going to be coming to you and saying, give us 10 grand tomorrow.
Too much default when it's $850 a month. They have to make it more reasonable. That's all we're saying. Everybody's talking to me and everybody's telling everybody this is going to be too much of a burden. We can't handle $850
I'll go
a
out on a
month.
limb and say some of the people up on this board are in the same position as you.
Well, then they should relate to it and make some modifications. They should have a new.
They don't even care. They're shaking their head like a fucking bobblehead.
Yes, ma'am.
What the fuck wrong with this bitch?
Well, sir, I'm very sorry for you.
Hey, hold on. My grandmother's talking.
I am owner of the condo for 7 years. And for the 7 years, nothing has been done to the building where my condo is. Now, every year there has been increase. Last year there was a lump sum, if I remember rightly. You had to pay like in 3 portions, or you pay your 1,000, whatever it was at one time. Now, if every year we are paying increased amount, the monthly payment went up $200 apart from the $1,000 that we had paid. Why is it that everything is going to fall in 2023 when I have been here 7 years? All of this money was accumulated in 2022 to 23. What has happened then? How is it? We have never been told about this detrimental situation that we are now in. I am shocked. I trust the board, but the board has to satisfy my curiosity.
But look, she's been here 7 years. I've been here 4 years. I could attest to that too. He answered the phone when I called. You know what I'm saying?
They're saying nothing. What y'all about to do about this? She spoke. I need an answer. ASAP.
Every year there has been increase.
It's been 7 years.
There's a lot that goes into a question about why the assessments, I think you're basically saying the assessments have gone up, but you're not seeing stuff getting done. And
Nothing.
now you're getting specially assessed and you want to know
Bro, they don't even answer the phone.
It's
Bro,
a
they don't even answer the phone, bro.
It's a wonder that we don't have more accidents. I went up the stairs. I am 85 years old, and I am going up the stairs and slipping.
Y'all not sitting up there. She fell down the steps? It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Huh?
I obviously don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Wait, hey, hold on. I'm kind of, hold on. on. I'm kind of bro. What really broke my heart is this girl right here. Been here for 13 years. 13 years. Doesn't even have a key fob. She's right there. 13 years.
At this time, I need a motion on the table to go ahead and hold forward to look at other options. Okay, I'm just gonna have.
I'm not even concerned, bro.
It's a petition to extend the, I need the motion on the.
You're not even listening to nobody, bro. You're not even listening to that lady.
Nothing here.
Nothing, bro.
15 years, 20 years, same thing here. They don't put in nothing, one plans in the, where is the money going to $600?
People want to talk.
Oh, yes. Schedule a second debate, and we will schedule another meeting to review the items on this list.
What?
We're not moving forward with a special assessment.
Thank God, bro.
You guys, I got my own business. So in everything, you guys, I've been here 13 years. My mother has been here 13 years. You know that the roof of the building have a 20 years life expectancy, right? You know that the building has to be repaired every 10 years. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever, everything, you need to have separated money for 20 years from now, when we have to, the building, we have to reserve. So what happened here is, that money, it was spent. And now everybody has to pay for stuff that, whether it was you, whether before, that money for all these repairs that need to be done, 20 years, painting, all that kind of stuff. And now everybody has to pay. It's gonna happen the same thing in 10 years from now. How you do it? You know, building has to be repaired every 20 years. And you can have, 20 years ago, repair a roof may cost 20 grand. Here for now, it's going to cost 30. You can tell people we're going to do a special assessment or more. What thing is you got zero. You have zero. You have nothing.
It gets votes come in where it gets turned. It gets.
No, but this is not something that happened last month. This has been going on for years. Now everybody has to come with the money that you guys haven't been saving.
One man. Everybody else stop talking.
That's the main issue I see here. You have had no money that you spent it for the last 20 years, and now everybody has to pay for it. And it's going to happen the same thing 20 years from now for whoever is here 20 years from now, because you guys don't look on the future. Everything needs to be done. That start now. Reserve is always going to be, but no $2.3 million. Stuff accumulate accrue years. You know, a machine that costs some now is going to cost much. No. 20 years ago, a roof cost 30,000. Now it may cost. Hold on. The main issue is you guys have no money. That's zero. You're repeating yourself.
Oh, I have a question.
No, stop.
No, but I have a question.
Everybody else can be quiet.
I have a serious question.
No, I'm not. You're the one that's been. Read the back of your jacket.
Shut up. Don't talk to me. I don't know you, bro. I don't know
Wait. Everybody wait. Wait, hold on. Everybody wait. Alright, hold up. Is there a reason why I'm doing my own maintenance outside? Ben,
45 minutes.
Ben. Ben says no, I can't answer the question.
What's up, though?
What? You didn't even answer the phone when you called me. I cut my own trees down.
I'm about to go get some skateboard grips for my steps.
At this time, we have a quorum. We are now the voting of the directors. I need to ask Denisha Gregory if you can please step away from the table. At this time, I need Michael Joe to step forward. These are your two new board members. Ed is not in town at this time, but he is also a new board member.
What? Oh, that's why he's
here? He works
the inside guy, bro.
You sat here like struggling.
Sneaky.
Back door goes, bro.
All right, so the next, you actually had you had an insufficient number of candidates run to have a contested election. So for all those in here with really strong feelings, next year, hopefully we can have a bigger party. In the meantime, here's how things are going to play out because of that. Everybody that submitted a notice of intent to be a candidate automatically gets on the board because nobody ran against them. So this is your new board, I think, minus one who is not present. Is that correct? So now we're going to do something called the organizational meeting. Members have the right to select the directors for the board, and then the directors. I'm saying it right. You have the right to select the directors, and then the directors from amongst themselves, they pick the officers: the president, the vice president, the treasurer, and the secretary. Now, for the benefit of the board, because I'm going to talk to them about how the process is going to work. I'll say it loud so you can hear. The way I like to go from the top down, meaning we go in order from president, I actually sometimes do treasurer next because I think treasurer is arguably more important than vice president because there's more day-to-day needs. So I think we go president, treasurer, vice president, secretary. And I say it that way because usually you want to figure out who's going to take the most important job first. That way you have that seat filled before you go down the line. Now, the way I like to do it is that one of you should make a nomination for a position. And then if anybody seconds it, then that person will be deemed formally nominated. So if you said, not that I'm on the board, I want to nominate Michael Kassauer to be the president of, and then seconds it, then that would be a nomination. Then we would say, are there any more nominations for president? And then at that point, if somebody wants to step up and say, I nominate the president, then if we get a second, that nomination will be official. If nobody gets a second, then I don't think we need to take the nomination any further because that means there's not a second vote of support. Does everyone understand the process before we keep going? Yes. All right. So does anybody Michael accept the nomination? Is there a second for the nomination? We have a second for Michael for president.
That's for real, bro.
Is there any other nomination for president? You support Michael's wrong. Does anybody want to nominate somebody besides Michael? Going once, going twice. So now I'm going to ask somebody to make a motion to appoint Michael as president. I'll take that as the motion and the second based on the nomination. Let's do a roll call vote for Michael as president. Robert, if you don't mind.
Yeah, your name. That's real professional.
So Michael's your new president. Now, I'll leave it up to everybody here. I like to do some treasurer next because that's usually the next most important job.
So then I nominate Jody Lewis for treasurer.
All right, is there a second for that? All right. Are there any other nominations for treasurer? All right, so by a show of hands, I'll try to speed it up.
We're all friends, bro.
Next up, vice president. Are there any nominations for vice president?
I have a nomination from be vice president.
Can I go back on the board?
Are there any other nominations for vice president?
What's she gonna do?
Dorothy as vice. Dorothy's unanimous? All right. So now we've taken care of president, treasurer, vice president. Are there any nominations for secretary? Officers for the current board of directors.
Thank you, everybody.
Same thing. They just delayed it, right? They're happy, right? Help me, Howard, bro. Contact me. Email me right now, bro. All right, help me, Howard.
He's new YouTube content.
Hey,
something a month is like, what? Where the hell do you live? I'm like, Argate. Yo, that's crazy.
It's almost 700. Bullshit. She waved at you, bro. Look, you guys got something in common. Y'all both pay high maintenance fees.
Let's go out for coffee and complain about this. I'm gonna go. We're gonna have to pay it no matter.
Ooh, you ain't wasting no time.
And when are we coming back? Like, so there's gonna be another meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Are we gonna know when? Or we gotta show up here every day to look at the door?
The guy that was talking, the main guy that was talking, populating.
How can you come in after the project started?
He knows nothing about what's going on.
Exactly.
He just knows guidelines of what's happening. Fees, fines, violations.
To make people feel like, oh, I'm on your side too.
Right, 700?
$1 per person.
The guy that was talking, the main guy, he doesn't even work for the board. They probably just hired him just to come here and be a spokesperson.
I think I seen him somewhere. I'm trying to figure out where.
4 years, that lady's been here 7 years. There's somebody here that's been here 13 years, doesn't even have a key fob. She's my neighbor. 13 years, doesn't have a thing to open to come in here. What, bro? Happy there. Look, all smiles, bro.
Who's the president now? They don't got it.
Dang. Oh, the guy over there? What the? He's the president?
That's what I heard. I don't know. She's trying to make sure because they work for her, you know.
Look how happy they are, bro. How could the board be that happy, though?
They made it again. That's the reason.
Trust me.
She don't even know what they're doing there. She's just sitting there.
Special day. Just tell her, what are you gonna do? Just say hello, that's it.
I feel bad for everybody here, man. We gotta pay. We're the ones that gotta suffer. Look how happy they are. Look, nothing but smiles.
No, my lawyer was. They should have been addressing these problems as they happen. Driveways. Not that you don't take care. When your car falls apart, don't you fix
You have to.
something? You don't wait till the whole car blows up and then say, well, I think I need to take care of it. And then they're
happy and now they're celebrating about it too. To look into everything, then we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Yeah. We gotta do. They need to hire contractors that are with the better business people, not these people that they just
random people.
All they did was play with
Yeah.
They do nothing.
With no permits. Random
This is nuts, man.
Hey, check this out. I have video of the maintenance guy telling me that he has no material to fix potholes. and that they might be money. This guy told me that they don't tell him what his job is to do here. They just tell him to ride around and look for things, but nothing necessarily needs to be done. There's no material to fix the potholes.
A lot of things we cannot say. My husband says, I'm not going over there because if I open my mouth, I will be sued. Right? My husband's smart. He says that, but I say, you should go over there and tell somebody to speak for you. But don't put name on it. My husband paid 6 months maintenance going to different account. Drawing for his account by going to different account. He had to call, so stressful. My husband is very calm. 6 months, try to make the right account to go to payment.
Accountants that don't know what they're doing.
Different account. How can do that? Different account. Why they don't have it? Just say, I cannot say that because they will sue me.
So right now, bro,
She's sweeping our doors.
Bro, right now we're paying you guys want to see this? Hey, check this out.
$180,000 for this little Spanish nigga to use a broom upside down on my door.
What? Bro, there's no way. Rewind that. Yo, we're paying this lady what, 180K? You saw that? Y'all didn't say nothing? Y'all didn't say nothing? There's no way she's doing that, bro.
She's gonna brush the wall. Look, she's brushing the wall.
No way. Next time, you guys need to tell. You guys need to let me know. You guys need
That's 180,000 right there.
Oh my.
Bro, nah, bro. You gotta let me know when you see her, bro.
Boy, I hope my parlay hit tonight, boy. Cause boy, I'm tired. Coming under the ground.
They're everywhere, yo.
This shit about to like the maintenance.
Bro, they everywhere. Potholes
This is
everywhere.
maintenance?
Bro, potholes everywhere around here, bro. Bro, they don't care, bro.
They doing it there.
They about to throw a party in there now, bro.
But these people, bro, hurry and get off my goddamn board.
You gotta be cut though with them, bro. You gotta be cut.
Oh, that was rude. I didn't even see who said that. I'll say, boy. Yesterday I called him Joe Biden's mother. She don't even know what day it is. And she gonna be up here making decisions? She don't even know what today is. He's up there, I second. I'll go down those steps for this. Unless you wanna sit here and make decisions. Newport voice, telling people what to do. I can't even understand that lady. Bro, I hear everything. I can see him. I'm like, oh, you talking. So yesterday I said something, and you see the little shaky head. She go to look at me, right? Don't look at me. If you ain't gonna say nothing, don't look at me, bro. Answer the question. Don't look at me, please. Don't serve me. That's not my name.
You can't understand what she's saying.
She never knows what she's talking about since I've been here. And when she used to be in the crowd asking questions, I'm like, what the fuck about?
When I went to jump my car.
I was like, bro, get that. I don't know what you talking about. Trust and believe she ain't gonna be there next year. I need to get that letter. If y'all get a letter, let me know so I can make a copy and put my name all over everybody to vote for me because we're gonna be up there. We gotta get this together. I'm at there. I'm not crazy about this little thing. And then he stood up and said, oh, the lean. I'm a lean. Yeah. I do lean. You know what? He's right. Make this shit $5 million. Like, yeah, that's what we want. Him. That, right. Well, to a level, though, I'm telling you, my grandmother always said this, y'all. Be wise about this. Never hit a woman, all right? But if you need to, slap that. Listen, if you act like one, I'm from New Jersey. Those